obviously, I have seen a few dissenting voices talking about how he likes to build, and 6 months isn't enough time for him to be able to build. Fair enough, that might be an interesting point. However, for me, he is the first proper coach that we've had in since Fergie's left. And Fergie wasn't a coach himself, of course. But he had great staff that were great coaches, like Carlos Queiroz. David Moyes was a young coach, and he was a coach, but he was young, and I think the job, it was a bit much for him at the time. Mourinho, Van Gaal, obviously, absolutely a coach. Dinosaur though, his methods, his tactics, I just think so outdated. Mourinho, again, bit of a dinosaur in terms of his methods. Then you've had Ole, who unfortunately is not a coach at all. Rangnick's a coach. Make no mistake about it. This guy can coach, and he's inspired the likes of Tuchel, Klopp, Hasenhüttl, all these Tuchel and Hasenhüttl, for example, and Nagelsmann have all worked under him. They've all worked for him in the same structure at the same clubs. I think that goes to show you. They call him the philosopher in Germany. He's inspired lots of people. I think from what I've seen of his record, with the Bundesliga clubs in particular, he tends to have a second season dip. That's no problem. He's only here for 6 months. I don't see any situation where he stays as the manager beyond the summer. I think two things. One, United are too scared about having another Ollie situation where Rangnick does well for 6 months and then they make him permanent on the back of that. They did that with Ollie and it didn't work out. So I think they'll be scared to make that mistake again. And secondly, it's clear that there's a path for him to come in a different kind of role in the summer. I would love that to be in a form of technical director role. I don't see that happening, but potentially more of a consultant. I think that's clearly on the table. And he will have more of a permanent role to kind of be a really strong footballing voice within the club, which can only be a good thing for Man United. So I'm very happy about it. Very happy about it. I think some of these players are going to get the shock of their lives. They really are. But let's get into talking about, what he might do tactically at Man United. So firstly, he has been tactically flexible in terms of the formations that he's used over the years. He's played 4-4-2 a lot. He's played the diamond at times. He has played a 3 at the back at Red Bull. But certainly in his time at Hoffenheim, he played 4-3-3 a lot. And at the Red Bull clubs, he's gone for a 4-2-2-2. I think those would be the best fit at Man United with the current squad. I think the least likely of those two would probably be the 4-3-3, but I think it could work. So I'm going to talk about that first of all. So I think obviously a goalkeeper, De Gea, would work well. Right back, Wan-Bissaka, but I don't think he likes them to provide a lot of the width, the full-backs, and a lot of the attacking thrust. Wan-Bissaka just can't do that. We've seen it time and time again. It's been a real downfall of Man United over the last couple of seasons. He offers little to nothing going forwards. So frustrating to watch. I think he'll be looking to try and upgrade that in January and bring somebody in. Centre backs for Anna Maguire, ball playing centre backs would work well. Absolutely. Lindelof, good option in there. I think that'll be fine. Playing with a high defensive line. Left back Luke Shaw will work wonders for him. Athleticism, he loves it. The attacking thrust going forwards would be great. So that's kind of what I see the back four as. defensive mid. Now, the thing to touch on really is, regardless of the formation, the philosophy is the same, guys. With Rangnick, it's the same. The heavy metal Jurgen Klopp football, that's Rangnick. Okay, so what we mean by this is the gegenpressing, and they set pressing traps, and they just go, they hunt in packs. So they're going to hunt in packs from the front, and they want the opposition to play the ball out to the wing, so they can use the touchline as an extra pressing option. Basically, once that ball goes out to the wing back, that's it. The pressing trap goes. They want to win the ball back in numbers as high up the pitch as possible, so that they can then turn over the ball very aggressively, very quickly in the opponent's half, and then from there they're then able to spring a counter-attack as close to the opposition's goal as possible. It's Jurgen Klopp football. This is Jurgen Klopp football, essentially. And it started with Rangnick, so the formation doesn't matter so much. It's about the structure. Now, you look at this and you think, well, we'll get to it. There's one big flaw, and I think most of you can probably guess this. There's one big flaw for this, but the back four, they can do this. They can do this job. Now, if they play a 4-3-3, a solitary DM, a single pivot, who's the best fit for that in the United squad? For me, I'd have to say Fred. The athleticism's there, his ability to sweep up and close the gap. He's much better at intercepting from an athletic standpoint than either Matic or McTominay. So I think he would play there. So centre mids, then, if he plays with two aggressive eights, I think you'd be looking at Van de Beek and Bruno, and I think he'd like that. Now, people say, oh, Bruno's a 10, he can't play as... Bruno played a lot as an 8 at Sporting. People forget this. He played a lot as an 8 at Sporting. He could absolutely drop back, no doubt about it. Now, left inside forward, I think he'd look at Rashford in that position, and then right inside forward, Sancho. Now, Sancho, I think, will be the biggest beneficiary of Rangnick coming in. He's used to the German model. He's used to that high intensity pressing up top. He did this to great effect at Dortmund. He was very, very intelligent with his pressing at Dortmund. Yes, Sancho will play for Rangnick for me, and then striker. Okay, so let's say, there's pressure on him to play Ronaldo in this 4-3-3 system. If Ronaldo doesn't learn to press and press from the front, he'll get dropped. This is Rangnick's nature. He'll get dropped, and for me, so what? If you then bring Cavani in instead of Ronaldo, I'm a Man United fan. I love Ronaldo as a player. I've talked before about I'm concerned about some of the accusations, and blah blah blah. We'll see if that ever goes to a court of law. But if Ronaldo gets dropped because he doesn't fit the system and he doesn't help the team, I have no issue with that. If Rangnick drops Ronaldo, I have no issue with that. None. Okay, and Cavani would be ideal in this system in a 4-3-3. Potentially more likely would be his most recent formation that he's played a lot when he was at Leipzig, the 4-2-2-2. So this is, in this system, I think same goalkeeper, same back four. Again, potentially wanting to upgrade Wan-Bissaka in January. So with the two centre mids, then I think he'd potentially look to go for Fred and Van de Beek. I'm not sure that McTominay will play that much under Rangnick. I mean, in this system, he would absolutely be the first rotation option, so he'll get game time for sure. But I think his starting options will be Fred and Van de Beek. I really do. I think they're intelligent players. Fred's got this pure athleticism and intercepting, springing pressing traps. I think that as a left attacking midfielder, as a 10, Bruno would be ideal for this. Bruno had worked really well there, and Bruno can press, by the way. We saw him do that last year a lot. He doesn't do it to great effect currently, but he can press and he will press, and if he's taught to press more effectively, he'd be great. On the right, Sancho again. Okay, and then 2 strikers. So this is perhaps maybe where Ronaldo gets into the team more, and we can get away with him not pressing as effectively. So I think Ronaldo and hopefully Cavani, because he will set pressing triggers really well. But what we're looking to do is the strikers will press the defenders, but we're looking for the defenders to give the ball to the fullbacks. That is where the likes of Bruno or Sancho will start the pressing trigger, moving out to that player. The likes then of Van de Beek and Fred, they're going to shuffle inwards, and if Ronaldo's on that side, all he has to do is cover the centre-back option. It's not a huge amount of pressing that he has to do there. So it could work for him because he's not being asked to be the most athletic. It's your Bruno and your Sancho that are going to potentially set those pressing triggers with Fred and Van de Beek coming in to intercept the passes and shuffle that ball forward. So I think this might work the best for us. So again, I'll reiterate, Fred and Van de Beek centre mid, Bruno and Sanchez as the almost 10s, and then potentially Ronaldo, Cavani. You might see Rashford as a striker in there, Greenwood. What will be so beneficial here though is that these guys that are pressing and pressing a lot, they'll be taught how to press, pressing triggers, follow-up press, pressing support, which will be your Van de Beek, Fred. They'll be taught how to do it, how to set the traps, how to hunt in packs. This is what I've wanted to see for Man United for years. Proper pressing in packs with intelligent pressing triggers, with intelligent pressing support and follow-up. For me, if they don't want to do it, they're out of the team, but if they do want to do it, he'll teach them, and Man United will improve. And once they win that ball, it's heavy metal pressing, not sideways passes. Get the ball up the pitch. Now, if you're passing to the likes of Bruno and Sancho at that point quickly, they're intelligent. They can play the likes of Ronaldo, Greenwood in behind the lines. This could work very, very well. And I don't think necessarily, because we've been crying out for a DM, under this system, I don't think that's the priority. I think a priority would just be getting a really solid right back who can provide some width. That's one player that needs to upgrade in this January transfer window. It could be really, really exciting, guys. And then Rangnick providing support long term, because we have no real football technical knowledge, and apparently the footballing structure now is open to this. They're open to a Rangnick coming in and providing support to John Murto and Darren Fletcher, and that can only be a good thing because it's been a mess for years. So guys, I'm excited by Rangnick, really, really, really excited. And then if he's involved in the recruitment in summer, who knows? We might not go for a Pochettino. We might get that right, and we might get somebody else in line with this gegenpressing philosophy, which will be exciting in itself. So, I've had trepidation for years about Man United and the people that they bring in. I'm excited about this interim appointment, and then how that pans out in the summer, hopefully carrying on his philosophy. Guys, let me know your thoughts. If you disagree with me, as always, provide your opinions in the comments, and I will speak to you soon.